Welcome back to the Soul Food Podcast. I'm Michael Vakelic.
And I'm Shannon Meyer. Together we share insights and conversations to help you cultivate joy, peace, and prosperity while unlocking your limitless potential.
Yes, get ready for a transformative journey filled with laughter, strategies, and lively discussions that will inspire you to thrive in every area of your life. Well, hello, Jeanette. How are you?
Hello, Michael. How are you?
I'm good. But as we were talking before we decided to start the recording,
Mm-hmm.
I am distracted. I've got a lot of things going on, and so let's talk about staying centered in our life, in our work, in our business. Yeah, and how we can do that, how we can help ourselves, and the benefit of staying centered, staying
Mm.
at peace, right?
Yes, I think it's a topic that is very important because everyone gets cluttered or decentered. Many
Hmm.
times we get bombarded with so much information from the outside, and sometimes we even go for it through social media, and we are decentered from really being in ourselves, and from there live from the inside out and not from the outside in. That it's what we're pushed into.
Absolutely. It's the way that many people go through life. They're
Mm-hmm.
always looking for something on the outside.
Yeah.
And when we can remain at peace,
Mm-hmm.
centered, in other words, our energy is we're just at peace. We're not bombarded with too many thoughts. All these different avenues of well, as you said, social media. Myself, I receive texts now. I mean, from
Mm.
companies and people, and some of them I don't even know. Some, I mean, random. All of a sudden, I'm one person wants me to look into their program. Another person is offering cleaning services for my office. Like, okay. So so I have all these emails. Many of the people I know,
Mm-hmm.
and I know they mean the best for
Mm-hmm.
me. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they do. They mean well, but it's overwhelming.
Yes.
It's distracting if we allow it. It's distracting from our overall peace, being it centered and being centered and continuing to focus on what it is we really want to accomplish. I mean, and I believe the more we allow that in, the more powerful we are. So,
Yes. Yes. And being decentered, not in our center, is stressful. No, it's when we are really stressful, when we are a lot in our mind, when we are thinking what we have to do and we haven't done, when we see that there are so many things to do and we say to ourselves we haven't done. When it's really this stress, this having to, and like you're saying, not being in peace. But that's how we know we are not centered. Because
mhm.
if we are centered, we are more calm, and we get bombarded, but we take it easily. We open the emails we want. So it's more about
Yeah.
choice,
Yes.
no?
Absolutely. We make the choice to open the emails we want, and sometimes I just remove the emails.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, it's when someone that I know and I trust is sending me many different emails, there's a draw. You want to open their email because, first of all, you know them. Second of
Mm-hmm.
all, they're intelligent, they have
Yeah.
great things to share.
Yeah.
But so the stress is created just in, do I open this or do I not? Or do I
Hmm.
put that off for later? Or do I just delete it?
Hmm. Yeah.
So
That's the mind at the end, no?
it is. It's the mind getting, and it's so amazing because every single thought you have
Hmm.
becomes a distraction.
Yes.
Every one of them is a distraction from where the present moment.
Yes.
Okay. When we can stay in the present
Hmm.
and be in the present, not
Yes.
focusing on the outcome or as you said, what we need to accomplish or what needs to be done, the thousands of things that we didn't get to yet, when we can be right in the present and not be distracted by our own mind, it's huge. It's
Hmm.
huge. I mean, it seems like we get a whole bunch more done
Yes.
when we stay in that place. So,
Yes. Yes. It's and yes, because we are not stressed. We are not.
and
We are
we're a whole
there.
heck of a lot happier, right?
Yes, 100%. The energy is different. That's why when we are not decentered and we are in our mind in so many places with the thoughts, we are our energy is all over.
Yes, it
It's
is.
everywhere because
Mattered.
every time we think of the email we didn't open or the other one that we opened and we read something that we didn't like or we did like anyhow, the energy is there in all those things,
Yes,
and they're
yes,
not
yes,
in here in oneness. They're really scattered all around outside of
yes,
us. That is really um yes, it's really bothering us and it's really hurting us because we are not in peace and we are not here in the now moment.
right, right, right. And we were talking a little bit before we started recording
Mm-hmm.
that you were noticing in some of the big cities, and I'm noticing in some of the bigger
Yes.
cities and in our society today, I believe that people they're thinking about all these different things that um, are overwhelming them. I mean,
Yeah.
they look overwhelmed. They don't look like they're at peace and in the moment.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it's going on. It's everywhere. Our
Yeah.
worlds can be very distracting, and instead of focused on, let's see, what would bring me joy today? How
Mm-hmm.
much joy can I bring to the world? How can I bring positivity?
Mm-hmm.
What can I do to uplift and serve? Be in this place. You're distracted by all the things going on in the world,
Yeah.
and we lose our that the enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
Life
The
is
happiness.
supposed to be fun and
Yes.
enjoyable, and I mean, when we're really at peace, we're just unconditional love. We're just,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, and I feel it. Yes, but we were saying the cities are the energy is dense, and people aren't smiling as they used to do some years ago.
Hmm.
And it's
Yeah.
now that you were saying this, it's for me. And I remember when I walk to the office, it's people looking at their phones, and they
Mhm.
walk with the phones in the phone, but not in the city. So reality is that the energy isn't here in the city walking. It's in the phone with everything what they're looking at, the lives of other people's, the envy, the I don't know, or happiness for them, but nothing in them for them. They're not grounded. They're not walking and smiling and enjoying what they're or looking at and observing the birds
Yes.
and the green and the cars and the colors. No, they're with the phone. So the energy is really not there. They scatter it through the internet, and they're not there anymore. They're just not
Right.
there.
Right. And it's so important. I mean, when we can put the phone away, when we
Mm-hmm.
can just be aware of where we're at, what we're the environment that we are in, okay,
Mm-hmm.
what we are observing is what I was trying to say in that moment. I mean, the people, I mean, when do you notice when you meet people when you can actually see them eye to eye, how
Mm-hmm.
much different it is
Yes.
than if you're just ignoring them and walking by? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we can change we can change someone's lives just by the way we interact with them.
Yes.
So how important is that?
Very, very important. And I when I walk, I look at the people in the eyes always.
Yes, I
No,
do. Yes. Yes.
and I smile. And many times they're not even there.
Right.
People aren't there, they just look through you.
Right. And I'll say hello or I'll say something, right?
Hmm.
And there's no response.
No,
You think they saw you, maybe they didn't.
they don't. They didn't.
I mean, uh, uh, maybe I need to stop right in front of them. Hey, how are you?
Hey, and scare them.
Yeah, I don't know. But this is, I think it's really important. I mean, I'm not going to say that we're losing touch with one another or anything like that, but I think it's really important to interact with people. I mean, and when you're in this beautiful place, you're sharing your energy and that beautiful energy with them.
Yes,
You
yes.
know?
And the life is about relationships.
Yes, it is.
You relate to things and you relate to people. And through the relationships, you grow. So life is about relationships and not about relationships through internet watching things, not even relating to what the other person is there. No, no, you're consuming media. You're not
Yes.
relating.
I'm maybe old school, but
Me too.
I completely agree with this. I believe that, and I connect much better with someone, even if I'm on the phone speaking with them, rather than um, trying to relate with, texting or sending emails or
Hmm.
anything. The energy's not that some people think the energy's there still, and there's some energy, I believe, but the most impact we can have, I mean, if, in my case, I'm speaking for myself, is standing in front of people and speaking to them or, meeting them in person.
Yes.
It just takes it up to the highest level
Hmm.
right there,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So it may be old school, but I really enjoy that. I really
Hmm.
do. I really do, and I still do.
Yeah.
So,
Makes a big difference.
yeah,
So and there in that moment you're focused, so you're there with this person, you in you with this person
absolutely.
more than with social media. Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, have you ever spoken in front of a crowd? I mean, in front of
Because
any
of
type
work,
of people.
yeah, because of work,
Yes.
but yeah.
Well, I totally can feel the crowd when I'm standing
Hmm.
in front of them.
Hmm.
I can
Yes.
feel, their overall, but
Hmm.
then when you focus on one person, you can
Hmm.
pick up on their energy a lot easier.
Yes.
Okay. That, and it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you can speak to different people when you're doing a speaking event, and this is why I love it so much. I
Hmm.
really enjoy that. So,
Hmm. So when you are doing a speaking event, you are centered. You are in
yes,
you because you are what you are. It's not that you are speaking because of what you have learned and memorized in your mind. No, no, it's because it's expressing who you are and
yes.
connecting with everyone around you through who you are, not through the heart, through what you're expressing. So you're 100% there.
And the more that you're 100% there and 100% with those people,
Mm-hmm.
um, there's a it's what's the word I'm trying to find here? It's just so enjoyable. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I can say about it.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. And I believe that I mean, this is when someone's in front of me and they're asking me a question about something spoke about or, some process that
Mm-hmm.
I shared, you can actually help heal them right there in front of you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you can do this a little bit over the internet, but I believe it's much more powerful in person
Mm.
because I can feel their
And
energy
you can feel the energy,
and
huh?
I can ground it
Uh-huh.
and and send it back to them in a beautiful way. And I see them light up.
Yeah.
And that is the best feeling ever. Right
Yes.
there. That is so amazing. I
Yes.
mean, so when you speak to a crowd and you
Mm-hmm.
do that, you take it in and you let it out to them that, oh, I'm getting chills doing this.
Uh-huh.
Boom. I mean, it's amazing when you do this with people. This is this is my thing. I mean, and
Mm-hmm.
and wow, if people only knew how amazing they are, all of them.
Yes. Yes.
How the distractions, I mean, the distractions of the world. I mean, you can be such an amazing, beautiful, powerful light in this world.
Mm-hmm.
All of us can.
Mm-hmm.
And we all have that ability. And I wish that, I could even affect more people. I wish I could tell them all this, okay?
Yes.
Look, pick your head up. Look around. See what's happening. There are people out there that want to connect with you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I find that a lot of people are kind of alienating too. They're
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
doing their own thing. They
Yes.
get so involved and they're so focused on, oh, I got to make money. I got to do this. I got to do that. Oh, that's so far off
Mm-hmm.
from how amazing and beautiful life can be.
Yes.
Oh,
And you're in the center. And I love your gestures. I love how you move the gestures, and also when you were talking about the energy, how you feel the energy of the other. You're doing beautiful gestures that can
well,
be
you
seen, the energy that flows in you.
I think the more that you tune into your audience and I happen to have, a real sensitivity, I suppose. I've always
Mm-hmm.
had that since I was a child.
Yeah.
People call it empathic, they call it all kinds of things. But I can just feel, I can
Mm-hmm.
feel
Yes.
people like I can feel you right now. And,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I can't imagine what it would be like to be in person. But
Yes, I
anyway,
know.
but I can feel the
We will.
crowd. I can
Yeah.
feel people. And when you can affect people on this level, it changes everything.
Yes.
I believe that's what I'm here to do. So,
Yes. Yes, for sure. For sure.
you know,
And
so
and Michael, so how can we help when someone is all over and not centered?
mm.
How how I know things I do, but also for you to tell before. Uh, how can we help them to get in again into who they are, into their hearts, into enjoying life, into the peace, into being calm, so that they then can tackle life in a different way, different mindset, because they are in them calm, calm and peaceful.
they're
Yeah,
in
within,
themselves. They're
in
back.
yes,
Their energies in themselves. Is that what
yes,
you're?
yes,
Yes.
they're centered.
Yes, absolutely. Well, for me, okay, I was an engineer. I had a very overactive mind for a
Mm-hmm.
long time, and I grew up in a family where I always had to be aware. There was
Mm-hmm.
like this scanner going on all the time. Okay, so something starts to happen over here. We go over here.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go in my room and whatever, right?
Yeah.
So I'm I was always constantly aware, and the career that I had with a major corporation for a long time was all about engineering. So I'm constantly thinking, it wasn't being creative thinking,
Mm-hmm.
it was
Mm-hmm.
analytical,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Analytical intelligence, this happens, then this, then this, then this, right?
Yeah.
We need to keep the aircraft flying. So this happens, then that, and how, oh, if this is going wrong, then it could be this or this. It was constant, okay? Constant. So today, to access your creativity, access what's within. Well, for me, what I do is calm the mind is the first piece. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got an overactive mind, that's what I would suggest. I mean, come back to the present. Okay. And if you're really overactive, uh, sometimes I'll start with just being grateful for where I am. It brings
Mm-hmm.
me back to this moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how can I be grateful right here where I am? What's good about this moment? What feels really good here? Okay.
Yeah.
And then I can take a moment to just breathe
Mm-hmm.
and be there in that moment. And really what I do, I will focus on the tip of my nose
Mm-hmm.
as I breathe in and I breathe
Mm-hmm.
out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just focused on my breath. And when you focus on something with the
Yeah.
mind, it's no longer thinking out all over the place, right? So I think about the tip of my nose, just focus on the tip of my nose and allow myself to breathe. And here I come. I'm coming
Mm-hmm.
right back to myself. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as you do this a little more, you can access the heart
Yeah.
because your mind goes to a peaceful place. It's no
Yeah.
longer distracted. And even in some of the worst scenarios that may come up in your life, what I've found is to stay neutral is very important. To
Mm-hmm.
instead of a reaction that takes you off in one way or another, being neutral with what is happening. And actually it's a place of not having a like or a dislike.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. These are all ways to master your thoughts, begin to master your energy
Yeah.
because you are tapping into, your higher self, your heart. And for me, the mind would always get overwhelming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me, it's about calming the mind. Did
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yes, yes, 100%. Because the mind is the one that brings the thoughts that take you out and scatter you all around.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
How would you say, what would you say is a great way to come back to center? I mean,
Well,
if you're a little overwhelmed or something.
for me,
Yeah.
I really also stop and tell myself I'm being scattered and I'm being nervous and I'm in too much in my mind. So because I observe myself, so I reason with myself, with the thoughts, and I just breathe and try to see things from another point of view, and go into the heart, relaxing or calming. Another way, that's when, if I'm working in that moment and I'm like that. Another way is that for me, I go swimming.
Mm,
And because for me, swimming is like a meditation. When I swim, I'm concentrating on how I'm swimming and on my techniques, or how I feel I tense the muscles, and how I feel, if I'm coordinating, not coordinating. And actually there I'm seeing how centered I am or not.
yes.
Because when I'm swimming and I cannot coordinate very well, I already see that and I say, okay, you're not centered, you know? So even in the swimming, I stop, I breathe, I take my time, and I go again and try to center my movements and everything, so that I center myself again into me.
Exactly what you're doing in that moment. Yeah,
Yeah,
very,
into that
very nice.
moment.
Uh, I love that you brought up exercise because I think exercise is so important. I
Mm-hmm.
really do. And it creates a different chemistry in the body.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
you're you're creating joy and happiness through the exercise, but it also gives your mind something else to think about,
Mm-hmm.
and it's you.
Yes. Yes.
This is
Yes.
very good for you, and you're not thinking about all
No.
the things that need to be done. And exercise is so good for the body, and it's so good for the mind. It's
Yes.
wonderful. But here's what I heard you say in both occurrences: when you're overwhelmed, you became aware that you're overwhelmed. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the first piece was awareness. It's
Yes,
okay.
it's awareness.
Right. And even when you're swimming,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not swimming well, if something's going on, boom, you become aware of that. So,
Mm-hmm.
so that's absolutely beautiful because the first piece is always, oops, I'm aware that this is happening. So let's change that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, I mean, I love what you said there. That's
Yeah.
great.
No, it's at the end we've been saying that many times. It's about observation. It's all about
Yes.
seeing yourself from outside and see how you're doing, how you're coordinating, everything. Also, when you are working, you're not, if you are not centered, you're not coordinated. So everything is scattered, it's out of alignment. It's the same in the
Yes.
swimming. If I'm not centered, I'm out of alignment. I'm not coordinated, and I don't advance the way I should advance. I sink. No? So
Yes.
everything is about observation of how your body is, and you, how your thoughts and what you're saying to yourself, and how your body is moving, everything. It's yes, awareness for
Right.
you
And
to act and change it.
hmm hmm So it's also when you're aware of how you're feeling, as
Hmm.
soon as your feelings change, you know something's up.
Yes.
And you can go back to, oh, what was I just thinking? Oh, here we go. But because every thought
Hmm.
is connected to some type of belief,
Hmm.
which causes an emotion.
Yes.
So the thought with the belief is having you feel something. So
Yes.
if you're off, if you're overwhelmed, stressed, thinking about something happening yesterday, today, that's very important because the
Hmm.
mind will tend to take us into, old scenarios or something we think we could have done better or
Yes.
whatever it is,
Always. Yes.
okay? It's how you feel. The awareness of how you're feeling is really important. Okay. And we were talking about people who, I'm going to switch gears a little bit,
Yes. Yes.
people staring at their phone.
Hmm.
They could be watching videos, they could be involved in a text, you
Yes.
know. And I noticed that phones, any of these activities can be addictive. And this is
Hmm.
going to relate back to what I just said, because
Hmm.
if we continue a specific activity a lot of the time, okay, we engage in this activity daily, let's say, okay, we're feeling something, right? We're feeling something about this activity. So we feel XYZ, let's say we feel some joy from something we're looking at, okay? Or we feel like, I need to challenge that, or you feel like this isn't right. I need to do something different. Okay.
Yeah.
This I need to have my 2 cents in here. Okay. Whatever it is you're feeling, chances are it's the same feeling that's gone on in your life over and over because unconsciously, this
Hmm.
is huge,
Hmm.
unconsciously, we felt those feelings since we were young.
Hmm.
And as we go through life, the unconscious mind will seek to feel the same way you are used to feeling. Does
Hmm.
this make sense?
Hmm.
It's
Addiction.
the way
Yes.
the unconscious mind works. Okay, so because a specific, and I like to use the word emotion,
Hmm.
thought,
Hmm.
belief creates the emotion. Okay, so we have this emotion. It's an emotion that we felt before, most likely. Okay, it kind of continues throughout our life for several different reasons. One, we're used to thinking in a certain way, we're used to believing a certain way, and this is all generational patterning, folks. This is what I and it creates an emotion. All right. So we're very used to going down this road. So there's many different avenues that can cause us to go down that road. But it also creates a chemistry in the brain through the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, which this chemistry, these neural peptides and neural hormones flow into the bloodstream from the brain. And there's 3.7 trillion cells in the body.
cells. Yeah.
There's a lot of cells
Yes.
in the body. Every single cell in the body has these receptors. There's the receptors on these cells, okay? And as you think and have that emotion, this neuropeptide, neural hormones flows through the bloodstream, and there's different receptors that are activated on every cell from this chemistry. So if I'm sure I'm speaking to people out here who have felt a certain way and they can, whoop, here comes that feeling again.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It takes the awareness
Mm-hmm.
to know that it's coming, okay? But you feel that all throughout your body.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it becomes so strong, you feel it, and that is that chemistry from the brain activating on every cell in your body,
Mm-hmm.
and boom, here it comes again. Okay.
Yeah.
And we get conditioned to feeling that emotion. So the unconscious mind just looks for opportunities to feel and think the same way over and over and over, over and over and over, over and over and over. So that awareness is so key, what you're speaking of there. It's so key to starting to change our chemistry for one, which will change our the way we think and
Mm-hmm.
what happens in our external world. It changes everything.
Yes. Yes.
So
It's incredible.
we're powerful beings.
Mm-hmm. It's incredible.
So
I love that.
looking at your phone and getting the same
Yeah.
uptake of emotion each time is people are becoming addicted to
Mm-hmm.
watching videos, to whatever it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an addiction. It's another addiction. There's such a thing as an emotional addiction.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So, I mean,
Yes.
because the and I've heard this a long time ago. The same receptors that are activated by your emotional state or affected by the emotional state that you have, the same receptors they're the same receptors that when you like a heroin addict, when
Mm-hmm.
they shoot up,
Mm-hmm.
it affects the body on the same level. Those that rush of that they get from drugs is the same rush you get from emotions.
Mm-hmm. Incredible. Yeah.
It affects the cells and it affects the body in the same way. So this is how you become addicted to drugs or alcohol or even emotional states.
Yeah.
You feel it, on a
Yeah.
deep level
Yeah. You
over time.
explain it so nicely. No, you feel it in all the cells because of
Yeah.
the receptors. So
Yes.
it's really
Amazing.
because of that.
We're our body, our mind, we are amazing beings.
Yes.
Amazing. I
Incredible.
mean, it's so, and I feel really
Uh-huh.
great when I'm sharing that emotion in front of,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's
It's
what
your
I love to do.
passion.
Yeah,
You light up. Your brilliance comes out.
love it.
It's very, very
So I
beautiful.
hope that made sense. I kind of went through this all very quickly, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I hope
I
so.
hope I hope everyone's actually understanding that. It's really important. It's important.
Yes, and plus, if someone didn't understand it, just comment,
Oh, yes,
and so that we can go deeper into that in another
absolutely.
podcast. No?
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Michael. Thank you so
Oh,
much for being here with me and with everyone else, and really for being who you are. Your energy, your passion enlightens the day. Thank you so much.
thank you, Jeanette. Yes, I'm very happy to be here, and I'm very happy to share. And thank you for being here. Yes, beautiful thing. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Love you. Thank you so
Okay.
much.